Welcome back to Everyday Iowa. Is it time to buy your own home? What do you need to know before you make the jump? We're about to find out in today's Money Monday with Farmers State Bank. Roll it. We have an official open. See, look at that, Tammy. This is highbrow stuff here. Welcome back in, our friends from Farmers State Bank. And joining me to talk about this morning, Tammy Yamilkoski. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks for being here this morning. You've
Thank
been kind
you.
of
Yes.
hanging out behind the scenes
Yep.
and all that stuff. Let's talk a little bit about what you do, and you help put people in their homes. So first question right off the bat, what do you got to consider when you're thinking about buying a home?
Well, the first thing to think about is payment. What kind of payment would be comfortable for you, and what your needs are when you're looking for a home.
Okay, so overall, like you think not just like a 5-year budget, but kind of, you know, because it's a 30-year commitment, right?
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit with those payments. And are there any things that are like programs that can help people, whether they're a first-time home buyer or stuff like that?
Yep. So many programs out there to help first-time home buyers, and at Farmers State Bank, we love first-time home buyers. We work with the Iowa Finance Authority and the Federal Home Loan Bank, and they have some great down payment assistance programs so that for those first-time home buyers can get in with some help.
Now, I know every situation is a little different, but is there kind of like a standard, all right, if you're planning on buying a home, you should save this much or plan on putting this much down for a home?
So first-time home buyers, we typically see with 3 to 10% down.
Okay.
You only need 3%. And there are programs out there to help you buy a home with no money down. So there are some great options there.
Gotcha.
If you're a repeat buyer, we usually see 20% down. That's really about comfort.
And is that part of that because you have the equity of the home you've been living in?
Exactly.
You can put that towards it and everything?
Yep. Your next house, you'll have more to put down.
Gotcha. Now, obviously, you do this every day. So is this, when you encounter things, I'm assuming this is part of the entire umbrella of programs from Farmers State Bank.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about that. Let's say somebody calls you and say, Tammy, I think I'm ready to get a home. What's that process look like then?
Sure. So truly it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. If you called me on the phone and we would chat for 15 minutes and I would get enough information to tell you how much home you could qualify for, we would look at, I would get on Zillow and look at some houses in that price range and get tax information, property tax information, and we can put payments together. And really, it's up to that home buyer as to what their comfort level is for that payment. So I can probably get you approved for more housing you want to buy.
Okay.
So really, it's about that payment. What payment is comfortable for you?
Gotcha. And then so it all starts with that phone call. And guidance, obviously, you're going to lead everybody through the process step by step. And that's probably a good idea to do something like that, too.
Yes. So we have first-time home buyer seminars that we offer at least 3 times a year. So we love to get people to come into those, and it gives them a little eye-opening on different programs and different things that they need to think about when they're buying a home.
And you've been doing this for a while. What's something that maybe people are surprised by or they don't consider? Like, oh, I didn't even think of that when going through this process.
Home inspections, really important. Even if you're going to buy a home with 3% down, some of that is up front. You're going to need that earnest money, $500 to $1,000. You're going to need some money for home inspection. So there is some upfront costs that they need to prepare for.
And let's say I find a home, I qualify for the home. How long does it take? Is this going to be like a week-long thing, a month-long? On average, what do you kind of plan for a timeline?
On average, 30 days.
30 days?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
We can do it faster if we need to. But it makes everybody comfortable at about 30 days.
And so obviously there's a lot we're covering here quickly, but it's worth a conversation where somebody like Tammy at Farmers State Bank can help take the time through it. So how does that process start? Kind of run everybody through it. Here's what you do. Here's what you need to get in order, documents, and then give you a call.
Yep. So you'd start with that phone call. No pressure. Just get an idea of how much home you can qualify for. We're going to get your critical information, like social security number, date of birth, etc. And credit's important, right? So we're going to pull your credit, and we're going to look at what your credit looks like. So there are a lot of factors that go into that, and we'll get a baseline there, because maybe if you plan ahead, so you want to buy a house in 6 months, think about it today, because get that credit pulled and see where you're at.
Okay.
Because we can do things to help you get your credit better so that you can get a more home, a lower interest rate.
And are there any things that somebody that's out there say, all right, before they call you, Tammy, be like, okay, if you have this compiled, it's going to make it even easier for you.
Know how much you make. A pay stub would be great. W-2s would be great. Like, if you can have that information, it makes it really easy.
Gotcha. All right, so it's a phone call. And how can people get a hold of you, more importantly, and get a hold of the bank?
Well, the bank, 730-6990 would be to the mortgage department.
Okay.
And we would love to take any calls that anybody would have, questions, anything.
And you've been doing this for a while, so just rest assured you're in good hands when you make that phone call.
Very good hands, yes. I've been doing mortgages at Farmers for 15 years now.
She started when she was 18. So
I wish.
Now you were watching Corey intently when he was doing weather, so
was.
you get to not only do mortgages, you're doing weather next
I'm ready.
segment, just so you know.
I'm ready.
All right, Tammy, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming
much.
in.
Yep.
All of our details on Money Monday can be found on our website at kcrg.com. Stick around.